My name's Linda, and this is UKE TV Staying Positive with Linda and
Friends.
Nadine and Luna. Welcome to the show. On today's show, we're going to discuss how to turn your lazy man into an entrepreneur. Do we like that topic? If you do, let me know that you do. Yes. All right. Okay. So how do we start? First of all, you find out what your man is good at. So if he's good at math, what do? You have him help the kids with the homework. And then you take him to the library so where he can do the math with the kids. And as he's doing math with the kids, you make sure that you have him start practicing his own math skills, because you want to turn him into from a couch potato into a CPA, such as somebody who's doing taxes. So the idea is, if I find out if he's good at fixing things around the house, send him to an air conditioning refrigeration school, for instance. Or if he's good at fixing cars, then try to help him get a job fixing cars. What do you think about this?
Well, for me, the first thing that you need to do to get them encouraged to be an entrepreneur is that you have to praise men. You have to let them know that whatever they're doing is fantastic, and it's like a really good way is to say, you know what, you're really good in that. You should think of that as a job. You should, seek it out more. You should go and get certified or whatever. And I think with you complimenting him, you're not pushing him, and he's not like, I will when I feel like it or whatever. But if you're doing it a strategic way
and kind of coaxing him and encouraging him along to do it,
cajoling him and pampering him to do it right.
Yeah, you have to always say, oh my God, you do that so well, and you're not getting paid to do this?
So isn't that like making him, like he's a child and you're trying to help him grow up?
Well, it's sadly enough, that's what some men need. We both have our own languages of
Yes.
how we learn and how we communicate and how we receive from each other. And from my experience and from what I've heard from dozens of other women is that's one of the methods, and that's the way that men get it up here,
And what's the saying? Behind every successful man
There is a woman. Yeah, very strong woman. Okay. So once you help him to start something, for instance, if he will agree, because some men will not. They will definitely say, oh, I'm not doing homework with the kids. That's a woman's job. That's your job. That's your job. So what should you do when he says,
tell him,
no.
Isn't it the case that men are smarter in math than women are? And
oh,
they'll
you're so
baloney.
nice. Yeah,
and they'll say, yeah, you're right. So yeah, maybe.
So even if he's lousy in math, he will really get excited and say,
psychology.
Yes, exactly. So once you talk him into getting off the couch, assuming he's a couch potato, or the remote control flipper who flips remote control all day, or the one who just sits around, hangs out with his friends so you can do all the cooking. Once you get him to start and believe in himself and have confidence in himself, he will definitely want to do something with his life, and he wants to become an entrepreneur. So that way you can just take him to a public library for research, and you start guiding him into what he can research, such as, like I used the example of mathematics and doing taxes. You can have him start doing taxes with the people around the neighborhood. You get the word out, find books on the subject. What do you think? So you find books on the subject and guide him into it. So if he's able to fix cars, you find, books on.
Yeah, or you have your friends and your neighbors come over and bring their vehicles to get them fixed, and
That's
he's
right.
getting some practice at the same time.
What if he's bad at everything and he's not good?
He's got to be good at something. Yeah. How did he get you?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm thinking, so where did the tides turn to where he became this couch potato, this very
Well, perhaps he used to work at a very fine job, got laid off, and now he decided to become a couch
A
potato.
video game player?
Oh, yes, there was a guy that I know who said he played video games for 4 years, and he never graduated from playing video games.
I'm familiar with that.
Oh, you familiar with that? Yeah, tell us your story.
The video game man. I was in a relationship before where my significant other was laid off, and he was addicted to video games, and instead of going out and looking for jobs, he would pretend like he was looking for for jobs on the computer upstairs, but really he was playing World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. That's the
It's a
game.
very popular game that you can play worldwide with your friends.
Wow.
And it's very addicting.
And that takes the place of an actual work,
And he
actual
was
job.
spending actual money on this actual game in this world that was created, and I would notice like.
And he felt comfortable probably because he was living off of his severance and living off of unemployment, you know, and some people get comfortable in that.
You're
And
right.
so you do have to find creative ways to encourage them. I mean, maybe you can say, hey, how about instead of playing the video game, you can create one,
That's a good idea.
you know?
Yes, that's you just encourage him to design video games, create one, create an app,
Mhm.
and just guide him through
Mhm.
so that he doesn't just have to sit back in the house
He
and
obviously
just.
has some skill playing the game, so.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, some guys don't wish to apply their video game skills to doing something more profitable or
Right,
lucrative.
real life
Yeah,
opportunities.
yeah, you know, so that's really, so how can we get a man to do a stay-at-home business if he can't get a job?
You get them in the kitchen with you and, you know, get them cooking, and next thing you know, you got your
Oh
little
my goodness.
cookbook.
Tori Spelling's husband.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Really? What do you do?
He was, well, he was an actor, but he was out of work. Things were tough for him, and she got him involved with the kids more, doing the arts and crafts, doing all the cooking, and he
Nice.
loved to cook, and so she encouraged him to, what is it? One of those Master Chef type shows. She got him a gig
Nice.
on one of those, and then encouraged him to start writing cookbooks, and he actually has a really successful line of books, and he has a really popular blog. He has a YouTube channel, and his website's really popular, and so
Good.
and it's around him being a stay-at-home dad.
Dad.
That's his MO, and it's really profitable for him. And so
That's
he's able
wonderful.
to bring in the baby. Yeah.
So let's be, try to turn your man into becoming like Tori Spelling's husband.
Minus the cheating.
Oh really? Oh, he didn't cheat too? Did you hear that?
He did.
Oh no, that's not
So
good.
you're just basically looking for something that interests them, and then you try to encourage them to turn it into something more profitable.
So you gather some network of friends to support his business, whether it's cooking, cleaning. He can become photography. He can become a janitor, and whether it's teaching, if he's good at teaching and coaching the kids, if he's good at sports, talk him into coaching the kids.
Yeah, volunteer at first, and then you learn some skills, and next thing you know, they're offering you a position.
What if he's so good at changing the kids' diapers? Don't you want to send him to an old people's home where he can change diapers all
No,
day?
he won't do it.
Well, I remember in my last relationship, my ex-boyfriend, he was really particular on his t-shirts. He loved graphic tees. And everywhere he went, he was always super picky about it. It would take him like an hour to find a decent couple of shirts. And he could never find exactly what he wanted. And I remember I used to tell him, he's always like, I wish it had this, and I wish it did this, and this, and this. And I used to tell him, why don't you design your own line of t-shirts? Why don't you do your own graphic t-shirts, And he got really excited and wanted to do it, but he didn't quite believe in himself enough to kind of get there. But, and I should have coaxed him a little bit more. But he really was really excited. He said, you really think I could do that, really? And I'm like, I think you'd be really good at that. Like, and you have a following. There are a lot of people that are just like you. They're probably looking for the same exact product that you're looking at, and you can bring that to them and have what you want at the same time.
Nice.
And he got really excited about it. He really didn't want to do it, but,
Wow. So, you're coming up with some very good points. So, you help the guy, the man in your life, try to launch a business by first of all being nice to him and talking to him about getting his ideas together. So, what if he's not interested and he just wants to lie on the couch, play video games?
I think that's a relationship conversation.
Yes, you talk. Or just put him in the doghouse. How about that? Put him
Because
build a nice doghouse and say, your doghouse is right there. Get out to the doghouse, and then that might teach him a lesson for a
some
little while.
success is built off of force.
Yeah. Off of fear of losing the relationship or what you have, it's like, what, I've tried everything, I'm done, you have to figure this out on your own, and I think we need a break. And it's compliments, all of a sudden,
Then he wakes up.
yeah.
Yes, that might, you know.
You had a similar experience, you know, with a coworker where you gave them all the tools and they made you wait and wait, and when you said, you know what, I have someone else that's ready to use those tools, they were, I'm ready to go.
Yes, exactly.
So, you know, a little bit of encouragement and a different type of push is also, you know,
Basically,
is very
shape up or ship back.
That's right. Okay, here's another difficult aspect of what if the lazy man in your life says, guess what, I'm not lazy, I'm just in between jobs, and you wait a month, 2 months, 5 months, a whole year, 3 months, and he still does not.
How long does unemployment go? Is it 5 months, 6 months?
6 months.
6 months?
At the end of it, and he still doesn't
Yeah,
have
and
anything, and
after
he's still
6
lazy.
months and that unemployment runs out and he hasn't found anything, then yeah, it's time to have a new discussion, you know, and I mean, you gotta give to get, and if he's
Exactly.
not trying to.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
always those, you know, scenarios where someone really legitimately is trying that hard, and maybe they're in a field that's just not, you know, it's not working out right now, or they don't have a lot of positions for that. There's always the exception.
Yes.
We're not saying everyone is, you know, not getting a job because they're being lazy. There's the exception, but
Yes, always.
Do
That's
something
also-
though, it's
Yeah.
always, I mean, do something, because that something is going to lead to something else and
good
something
family man
else.
knows how to put on the hustle when he needs to.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And but then again, if he's a talker, try to get him to get funny and become a comedian. Take him to a stand-up comic, or stand-up comics anonymous, so he can start there and let him start making his friends laugh. And if he's drinking a lot, let him get up and just speak to the friends that he drinks with, his wino buddies, you know, and then also. And then, you know, let him just make jokes about rubbing alcohol as real wine, and then from there, he could become a comedian, you never know.
Mhm.
Or have him start off as an extra in a movie, like one of your movies, Women in Prison. So have him become the prison guard, you know? And have him take out the garbage as an extra in the movie.
Mhm.
That might help.
And
you know?
sometimes you do, you have to intern, or you have to go and take some workshops, take some classes,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden they develop a love for it and like, wow, I want to do this full time.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
So,
But-
and you always want to ask them, this is one thing that you can do, is you ask that question, what is something that you've always wanted to do, but you've never had the
The
courage
chance.
or the opportunity to do it? And then when they tell you, that's a passion, and that's something that you build on with them.
Oh, really? So, okay, sounds good. So, if you have a man who's really, really lazy, you need to coax him, talk to him nicely, pamper him into getting off the couch, if he's the couch type. But my idea is, if he's really good at changing diapers, you send him to an old people's home where he can change diapers all day, or take the old people's to take showers all day, and or take him to a behavioral center where he could just work with some people who are behaviorally challenged. Okay.
Volunteer, right?
Volunteer
Yeah.
first, and then from there he can become a volunteer celebrity.
Yeah, and if not that, find out what his passion is. Find out something that he's always wanted to do, and then try and encourage him
Mhm.
to pick it up and try it. You know?
And don't forget the word of mouth advertising, where you can start telling friends and neighbors and his extended relatives and his great aunts and uncles that he's now doing this kind of business, such as DJ work. He can start just play music for your birthday, her birthday,
yeah.
neighbors' birthdays, and from there, you know, he can
Yeah.
start, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you can help your lazy man continue by doing a community effort, you know.
And just because he has, I'm thinking about it in my head,
You two
just
laugh.
because he is without a job at this moment, there's no excuse for him to be lazy. Like, the house better be spick and span. The yard should be pristine. The grass should be looking like the White House
Oh my
lawn.
God. You're asking for too much, girl.
No, absolutely not.
If the man is lazy, why would he go out and make your lawn manicured pristinely?
And see,
to look
I
at.
guess see where I am, I'm already having that wall. Like if he's being lazy like like that, I'm not on the same page as you if you just don't care about the household, you know?
And it is a true thing with women, you know, they will support you, they will back you, they will be behind you 100%. But when they start feeling like they're being taken advantage of, or that you're not trying, then they start to lose interest in you and they lose respect.
Yes.
And men know that. If they don't know it, you should know that your woman at a certain point will lose respect if you're unemployed, if you're not contributing some way to the household. Like Luna said, doing the yard,
Yes.
cleaning the house,
Yes.
cooking the meals, you're contributing in some type of way. They've always said it was a full-time job for women, you know, back in the 40s and 50s when men had the full-time jobs outside of the home.
Yes.
It could be the same for you. You can comb the kids' hair, get them off to school in the morning, give your, you know, your mate that extra time to get ready to go to work.
At least
and
wash
they feel
dishes
good. They
and-
feel good about leaving out the door and you've made them a hot cup of coffee. You know, that you're contributing. They're not just seeing the back of your head in the bed sleeping and they're getting ready and getting the kids together and hustling around and you're all, oh, I'll see you later. No, get up and make
Exactly.
yourself present.
Yeah, also, another thing is, try the best you can to learn to make beds in the morning, and then make coffee for everybody, wash dishes, sweep out the back porch, and don't feel like you're a domestic assistant.
Walk the dog, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just get useful so that your family will be happy with you,
Mhm.
and everybody will just love you the
And
way you
they'll
are.
appreciate you still.
Yes, and they will
Even
still
if you're
have
not bringing
respect.
in income, you're
Income,
still
yes.
doing a job, you know,
Yeah.
that you might pay otherwise a housekeeper to come in and do.
Well, how can you pay the housekeeper if he has no money?
Well, no, I was
Just-
saying he's
just-
doing the job that
That he
she
would
would pay
Yes,
the housekeeper
absolutely.
to do.
Yes. So,
So,
It's
That's-
about the effort and knowing that it's caring.
it's teamwork.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then too, I think what it is once he gets up and he's moving around and he's doing all these things, he's like, well, if I could do this, I could do more. I could do something outside the house, and the next thing you know, boom, he's got a career. He's, you know, he's an entrepreneur. Maybe he's baking cookies and he's selling them to the neighborhood.
Wow.
I know it's a
Making some special
yeah.
cookies.
There's one guy, he was a stay-at-home dad and he started blogging and he was blogging things that he was doing with his kids and it became very huge and he became a success, so now he gets paid
Yeah.
to blog.
The guy
That's
that has
wonderful.
the
I love
Fatherly
that.
website.
Yes,
He-
and I
he
know.
got
Say
laid
that
off.
again?
Fatherly, he has a website called Fatherly.
Fatherly.
And he actually got laid off and he was having trouble finding a job. His career field was not high in demand anymore. And he was taking care of the kids. He was posting videos of him combing the kids' hair in the morning, getting them ready for school.
Oh, that is so
cooking,
neat.
cleaning.
Yes, I
And
remember
He
that.
started
And he
his
shared tips with other
Other
dads.
other
and other
dads,
moms.
yes, that's
And
correct.
now he has
And he got a following.
He's a whole little, system now and a website and
Mhm.
a web series and he goes on talk shows and stuff.
So the funny thing is, if we as women were combing the kids' hair and getting kids off to school, are we going to be put into a very good celebrity status?
No,
No.
it's our job.
It's always special when you see the father doing it. 'Cause
I knew you girls were gonna say that.
Because I'll be
So-
on Facebook and I will see a video of a father combing his daughter's hair and it'll have like 5 million views. And
Yes.
it's been up for like 2 days.
Oh, that's so
Everyone's
beautiful.
in awe.
It's something that he should know how to do anyway. Because
Exactly.
I don't want you sending my child to school looking crazy. You know,
Because
with a ponytail here and
Father
one over there.
domestication is something new.
Yes.
That's what it is.
So I'm encouraging, guys, whether you call yourself a lazy man or not, or if you're in between jobs, the best thing is just put your hands in, help the family, help the woman in your life, help the kids, be the man of the house,
Yeah.
and do the
Write a
best you can.
children's book, you know?
Yes, you can
Fathers and
actually,
kids
yes.
see the things that they're
You
doing,
can
and
write-
you're like, wow, this is funny. Somebody
Mhm.
might like this, and all of a sudden, what do you have? A children's
Or
book.
be their coach
You're a
for
writer.
tennis and
Yeah.
basketball, and teach them how to dance, start a music video with your kids. That will be something, and then eventually you can start singing, and the kids can rap along with you or sing along with you,
Mhm.
or take the kids to church and learn how to preach. Yes? join the people of faith, because there is, some
Right.
good potential
Yeah.
in churches.
And
So,
you can even find jobs, in churches, there's positions they get paid for.
yes, exactly. If you know how
Drummer
to
and,
play the piano,
Yeah.
yes, that helps too.
Mhm.
Something
Security.
practical in my mind is if he's home taking care of the kids anyway, hey Beth, hey Sue, we can undercut your sitter's prices, bring your kids over to my house. And
So the
my husband will watch
lazy
you."
man can be a babysitter.
Yeah.
Wow,
Daddy
you girls are
daycare.
divas.
Daycare.
Oh, that
Yes.
sounds so good. And then again, oh, by the way, if a guy is in between jobs and then he knows how to play the piano and he's really short of money, why don't you just take the piano right outside the Civic Center and start playing?
Tip my hat.
So you put your hat down and people are walking by, who knows what they're gonna throw there, chicken feet, right there. Or coins. We're not trying to make fun of guys who are not working, but it is funny because you are supposed to be the man of the house. To, try to put your talents together, find out what you're good at. Don't just stay home and complain and whine, oh, this woman makes so much, my woman makes this much money, and I'm not doing anything. Just at least come out of your shell, learn to be confident, put all your, skills together, pick the one that you're most passionate about, and practice, practice, practice.
Yes.
You can also be a tutor, start tutoring your own children, and from there tutor the neighbors' kids, and from there create a network of other tutors and educators and fathers who are interested in their children's homework assignment. And that way you can become a better person and get away from the lazy man status. Do you
That's
agree?
good, yeah.
Yeah. And on this note, we shall round up our show for today, how to turn your lazy man into an entrepreneur. I hope you've all gathered some very good tips.
Yeah, and send us in your questions.
Exactly. And
your
just-
tips.
And your tips. You can find us on Facebook, and you can also find us on Twitter. You can also find us elsewhere, which is email uke@uketv.gmail. uke.uketv@gmail.com. And on this note, we shall say thank you. It's been a privilege talking about this. And from Nadine, have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye. And also from Luna, peace out. And I thank you seriously. So tune in for the next edition of Staying Positive with Linda and
And
Friends.